Hey Mitch, in your last two appearances, you've come in extra innings, game on the line. How have you had to prepare for those moments out of the bullpen?
I mean, there's not much you can do to really get used to that situation except go do it. But I mean, it's just like any other outing. Just kind of treat it the same and get ready to go and get out there.
And what have you then? You kind of said it there, but what have you learned then from those situations, and how do you use it to just to continue to better your game?
I mean, obviously, neither of them have gone the way I would have hoped. But it's just a matter of getting more comfortable out there in those pressure situations and hopefully using that later. So maybe I'm just saving up the good ones for next time or down the road.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, for sure.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Mitch, how's the transition gone to being a reliever?
It's been great. I mean, obviously our starting staff has been doing really well, and now filling into the bullpen. Everyone's great. Been kind of learning the ropes a little bit, figuring out my routine out there. For the most part, it's been smooth. So.
And how do you feel? I know you had a situation in spring training where you were slowed down a little bit. How are you feeling physically?
Physically good. No problems. It was a little shoulder stuff. We sorted that out and just kind of do maintenance on it, everything there, but nothing crazy.
And now that you have some experience in these extra innings, how do you feel about this rule, having a guy at second base to start?
I mean, I'm used to it. Coming up in the minor leagues, we had it. So it's not really new necessarily, but it is nice it's nice to be used to it at least. Still weird, but.
Are you a fan of it?
Am I a fan of it? I don't know. I'm pretty indifferent on it, to be honest.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Next question is from Eric Steven. Go ahead, Eric.
Mitch, hi. I'm just wondering, like the game on Saturday where, Dustin May leaves in the second inning. Is the bullpen there? Do you just get in the like immediate state of readiness, or are is it a lot different than another night? How does that sort of compare and contrast to like a normal night?
Yeah, for sure. That's when it's just the chaos starts and nobody knows what's going on. But I mean, usually in a game, you get a chance to settle in for a few innings, and if the starter's cruising, it goes a little longer. But in that situation, it's like from the second inning on, everyone's in kind of high alert. But I mean, we handled it really well. All the guys did great, and ended up going whatever 10, 11 innings. So
when you're transitioning from starting to relieving, do you find yourself concentrating more on specific pitches, or like honing in on those, or have you noticed like a uptick in velocity or anything like that?
honestly, not a ton. I mean, the adrenaline is a little different for sure coming out of the pen and knowing that you only got one inning. Hopefully my velocity will uptick a little bit. I don't think I've seen it quite yet, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and then you mentioned obviously not getting the results you wanted the last couple times out, but with like Baez last night, was that a situation where he just hit a good pitch, or was that not where you wanted it, or how did that sort of play out?
No, that was really bad by me. It was basically two outs there. We know he's a free swinger and wants to end the game right there or tie the game right there. So the plan was to throw balls basically, and I just spun a slider, backed up, and he took advantage.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Next question is from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
And Mitch, I know you pitched in a couple games last year, but what's it been like just to sort of jump basically feet first into this situation early in the season, and you're pitching in an extra inning game against Javi Baez and the Cubs? I mean, just what's it sort of been like?
It's been great. I've been telling a lot of people it was being out there is amazing. It's awesome until it isn't. And these last two times it felt great, and then obviously a couple pitches, a couple mistakes, and that's all gone. But it feels right, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of know what the alt site life is like, and you have, I'm sure, a bunch of friends growing up now in the system who experienced it last year. How happy are you for them that they get to finally start playing, minor league again?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was at the alt site even here or before in Arizona, and that was starting to wear on the guys for sure. So for everyone to get out and travel a little bit I know the OKC guys are in Round Rock right now, I think, in Austin. So I think they're pumped, and I'm happy for them. That's awesome.
Are you curious to see what a year of like the guys who are at the alt site, just in terms of development, what a year being there is like versus a year having a normal season and having played in the minor league year?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really put a peg on where everyone's at, especially the guys who didn't play last year. So it's interesting to see how they bounce back, what they've kind of worked on in the meantime. And I think everyone looks great so far, so I'm optimistic.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah.
Next questions from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Mitch, not to kind of harp on that. You mentioned that the results haven't been what you've wanted them to be, but does it give you a little bit sense of more confidence knowing that Roberts and just the team put you in those situations late in the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit. Sometimes it's just the way it goes. Like we're running out of guys these extra inning situations, and part of it is the confidence, and I appreciate that, and it's awesome to have for sure. And it helps me go out, whenever.
And how difficult or not difficult has the last month been kind of bouncing between the alt side and back up preparing for a minor league season? How's that been?
I mean, obviously, I prefer to have some kind of continuity, safety, whatever. But that's just kind of how it is. I mean, minor league baseball is generally like that anyway. So I'm used to living out of a suitcase in hotels, whatever it may be. Just kind of go and play.
Any other questions for Mitch? Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, everybody.